What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. This Saturday night, it's going down Las Vegas, Nevada, aka Sin City, when young rising star and WBC lightweight champion Devin "The Dream" Haney faces his stiffest test when he takes on veteran and top 10 lightweight Jorge Linares. Linares said it's going to be a classic case of the teacher teaching the pupil in a class of boxing. He says, look here, Devin Haney has never fought anyone close to my caliber. Look at what I did to Lomachenko. He ain't been the same since he shared the ring with me. It's basically what Jorge Linares is saying. He's talking real greasy out here. And Haney, I know he's taking heed to the words that are coming out of his mouth, and I think Haney will be more than ready to give Jorge Linares one of the worst beatings in his boxing career. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires, but we're going to find out a lot about Haney. We're going to find out if he's a real deal. He's not fought the caliber of fighters that Gervonta Tank Davis has fought or Teofimo Lopez has fought. And even Ryan Garcia, he's not even fought nobody like a Luke Campbell, who Ryan Garcia fought and beat in his last fight. And I think him and Shakur Stevenson, both of those guys might end up being the best of the bunch when we talk about the five young guns: Stevenson, Haney, Davis, Garcia, and Lopez. But Shakur Stevenson and Devin "The Dream" Haney have not fought the caliber of opposition as Davis, Garcia, and Ryan and Teofimo Lopez have fought. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis has been a professional longer than Haney or Stevenson, but he fought younger at the same age as those guys. He had fought better competition in Gervonta Tank Davis. He had beat Jose Pedraza. He went to UK and beat one of those Liam guys. There's so many Liams over there get washed every time they fight an elite fighter from the United States. I don't know if one of those Williams got Liam Williams or Liam Smiths, one of them guys. You know, basically the same caliber fighter as those guys at a lower weight. Gervonta Tank Davis went over there and dominated him. I think knocked him out in the second or third round, put on a beautiful display of boxing and power in that fight in front of all the UK boxing fans. Was able to witness that destruction at the hands of Gervonta Tank Davis. That's neither here nor there. Devin Haney is going to get his test. We're going to find out if he's a real deal. Now I'm going to break this fight down, man. I think it's a very intriguing matchup. I think Devin Haney is obviously, in my opinion, graduated from the school of Floyd Mayweather boxing. He's been over there at his gym training and sparring and stuff like that. And you look at how he fights exactly like Floyd Mayweather Jr. Fights exactly like him. He's going to be in that shell defense. He's going to walk you down. He's going to keep you at the end of the jab. He's going to pot shot you from the outside. He fights classically just like Floyd Mayweather Jr. Man, when I was watching, I was like, man, this dude is fighting just like Floyd Mayweather. He has got the blueprint to the Floyd Mayweather style of fighting, that being Devin "The Dream" Haney. But the only thing that he does lack that Floyd Mayweather had was the power. I ain't talking about money Mayweather. I'm talking about pretty boy Floyd Mayweather. He had power. He was knocking guys out. He was stopping guys. He stopped the late, great Diego Corrales, dropped him multiple times and stopped him. He stopped the late, great Arturo Gatti. You talking about two Hall of Fame fighters. When pretty boy, before he had hand issues, he stopped both of those guys. And those guys, like I said, are Hall of Fame fighters. So once he had having hand issues and stuff like that, he didn't display the same power. And then when he moved up in weight too, also, he started to move up in the way he moved up to welterweight, which was probably not his natural weight. Moved up from the junior welterweight. You know, you kind of started seeing it actually when he moved up to lightweight when he fought Castillo. You kind of saw that the power wasn't there like it was in the Corrales fight or even the Arturo Gatti fight. The power wasn't there when he moved up and fought Castillo, man. He was able to outpoint Castillo. A lot of people thought Castillo won that first fight. But, you know, usually when Mayweather, you fight him and he hits you with some shots, and he's such a sharp puncher, you're not as willing to go through that fire to get close to him so you can land your shots. But Castillo seemed able to get close to Mayweather in that first fight and land a lot of body shots. He gave Mayweather a lot of trouble. And the punches that Mayweather was landing on didn't seem to bother him like it bothered Diego Corrales and Arturo Gatti. But I actually think Arturo Gatti might have been after Castillo, if I'm not mistaken. So probably just give Castillo credit for just having a great chin, man. He was able to walk through a lot of those punches, just like Marcos Maidana was able to walk through a lot of those punches and give Floyd Mayweather a lot of trouble. especially in that first fight, and to some extent in that second fight. So we will see what happens. We will see what transpires. But Jorge Linares is a guy that got power. He's got the power advantage over Devin Haney. He's going to try to come in the high guard, and he's going to try to land two-punch combinations. He's got a very good 1-2 punch, very good combination puncher, two-punch combination puncher. He's gonna shoot that jab out. He's gonna be looking to set that right hand, and he's very accurate. He throws those punches very straight. He's got a nice little check left hook that he throws. He throws it, and he does it a good job of disguising it, especially when he gets in close. So he's a very good fighter, very technically sound. Only thing that you kind of wonder about Jorge Linares at this stage of his career is how fresh is he? Is his legs going to carry him in the championship rounds, in particular in the second half of the fight? Will he start to wear down? Will he be able to fight at a high level for 12 rounds if he go that long? So that's the things you need to worry about. He's been in a lot of wars. He was stopped by the great Vasil Lomachenko. He was able to drop Lomachenko early in that fight. Like I said, he hit Lomachenko like Lomachenko had never been hit before in his previous fights. We had never seen Lomachenko take the shots that he took in the Jorge Linares fight. So he gave him a tough battle, but it seemed to take a lot out of Lomachenko. Lomachenko ain't seemed to be the same fighter since the Linares fight. And Linares has been pointing that out in the build-up of this fight between him and Devin the Dream Haney. So we will see what happens. We will see what transpires. But I like Devin the Dream Haney by unanimous decision. He needs to get a stoppage. He needs to make a statement. He needs to prove a point if he wants to be mentioned up there, in my opinion, with the Gervonta Tank Davises of the world and the Teofimo Lopez's of the world. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think Jorge Linares, being the veteran that he is, will go into survival mode and will be able to hold on and prevent himself from getting knocked out. Hold on, grab, wrestle, tie down Devin the Dream Haney enough to survive some rocky moments in this fight. I think he will be hurt multiple times in this fight, but I think he will be able to use his survival skills. Go into survival mode and hang on and ultimately lose a 12-round decision. I look for Devin the Dream Haney to win this fight somewhere around 9 rounds to 3, 8 rounds to 4 at worst. I look for him to win a unanimous decision. I look for him to keep Jorge Linares on the end of this jab. When Linares tries to close the distance, I think he'll pot shot him and tame his ass and make him think twice about trying to close the distance. So I think that's going to be the bottom line of that fight, man. I think he's just too long, too skilled, knows how to control distance very well, just like Floyd Mayweather does. He knows how to control distance. He is very good at doing that. Just like Shakur Stevenson is great at controlling distance, but he's great at getting inside you and throwing punches, and even when he's inside, you don't seem to be able to land on Shakur Stevenson. That's how great his defensive is. As good as he is inside, landing shots and not getting hit, is as great as Devin the Dream Haney is on the outside of controlling distance and not getting hit. He'll give you the body. When he goes into that shell defense, that Mayweather shell defense, he'll give you the little body shots. But what he's doing is he's not allowing you to get any kind of shots to his head. He's doing a good job of doing that. Another thing he does well is he does a good job of jabbing to the body. That takes your legs away later on in the fight. That takes your power away. He does a good job of that. He's learned that from Floyd Mayweather Jr. So he's got that blueprint of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just watch him fight Saturday night. He is Floyd Mayweather Jr. 2.0. He just needs the wins. He needs the resume of a Floyd Mayweather Jr. But his style is just like Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's been the guy that has mastered that style. Now you've seen Teofimo Lopez do a little bit of that in his fights, do the shell defense with Floyd Mayweather. He's done that Floyd Mayweather shell defense in his previous fights, but he seems like to be more of an aggressive fighter. He seems to be willing to maybe take a couple of shots to land his power shots. Just a more offensive-minded type of fighter than a Floyd Mayweather Jr. being, it was, especially later on in his career when he started having hand issues. So that's the difference between a Teofimo Lopez and a Devin the Dream Haney. If they meet up, if both guys come through their next fights, both guys can do that little shell Mayweather defense. It's going to be interesting to see if they both do it at the same time, who would have the advantage. I think with Devin Haney's height and reach, I think he will have the advantage if they both fight in that shell defense at the same time. But we will see what happens. We will see what transpires. But it's going to be a very interesting matchup once those two guys link up. So we will see what happens. But as far as this matchup goes, Saturday night, Devin the Dream Haney by unanimous decision over Jorge Linares to retain the WBC lightweight championship. And then he's going to call out in a post-fight interview. He's going to call out Ryan Garcia, and he's going to call out Teofimo Lopez. Let's see if any of those guys answer his call. We'll see what happens. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, and I'll holler.